was my best salesman, so I don't know how I'm going to do from here on out, but you know.
Wowie chips. What company?
Yeah, tell us about the potato chip, man. I haven't heard. Jimmy,
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the history.
Yeah.
How you get started.
Well, you know, a lot of that's just inspired from my dad. You know, he's real passionate about food, so that's been instilled in me. You know, he's an excellent cook. His mom was an excellent cook, and you know, I wasn't that good of a cook, but yeah, I could put stuff in hot oil. So.
And made a fortune.
So yeah.
Made a fortune.
What was the name of your company?
It's a Hawaiian chip company. Yeah, and then you know, and it's funny because you know everybody in Hawaii, you know, through the thing. Yeah, I mean, you know, my dad was just such a good supporter. You know, it wasn't the conventional route that he went. I mean, I know many of you were surprised he became a professor, right? You know, and I just wasn't the academic like him, and I think he saw that and was willing to support me, supported Lisa in what she does, and you know, he's just been the greatest, and I couldn't have done my business without his support. You know.
Did you know that your dad almost got kicked out of school?
I
got to tell you the story. Maybe I should go up.
Yeah.
What grade was that?
That was in high school.
High school.
Not Chinese school, huh? My name is Willard Tom. I was born and raised. We were born the same day, the same year as John, August 15th, 1938. I pull seniority on him because I was born 2 hours before him. Anyway, we grew up from elementary school all the way through college. We both graduated from San Francisco State and all that. But one day, I think it was Clarence Yee had a wedding at Far East Cafe. That was on our senior year, and we were supposed to have the finals next day, right? Well, we got so drunk that day that we missed our final, and they threatened to kick us out of school. To make a long story short, it was so funny, and of course guys know when you're drunk you don't know what you're doing. We were in the bathroom one day, and all of a sudden I said, "Where's John? He's in the bathroom." Is he throwing up? No, he's singing. He's singing? Really? He's singing in the bathroom. What are you singing about? So I walk in there, and he's got his foot in the toilet. Good thing there was nothing in the dirty toilet. He was stopping the toilet, and he's singing in the rain. That's how drunk he was. You guys didn't hear that story. But anyway,
I didn't hear that one.
What happened? Of course, our finals was the next day, Monday. So we missed the finals. That's when they threatened to kick us out of school and not let us graduate and all that stuff. But anyway, that was one of the funny stories that I had with John. Okay.
Right.
Any other funny story you guys want to contribute?
Thank you, Willard. Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Jeffrey,
I'll contribute.
please. Yeah.
I'm Jeff O. Like Willard, John and I went through elementary school, junior high, and high school. And I'll just tell you a couple of stories. One is when we used to go to the Lincoln Square playground in the evening after dinner, John and I would work on these crafts like copper jewelry and things like that. And after the class, we decided to go for a soda down at Reliable Grocery Store. We passed the Lincoln School auditorium, and he peeked, "What's going on?" So we went in there and we saw all these Boy Scouts in uniform, and so he walked in, and I kind of followed him in, and the scout master was a person by the name of Dr. Wellington Ng. Maybe some of you know him. And the scout leader was his son, of course.
Raymond Ng.
Dr. Raymond Ng. Wellington Ng was his son. And
No, Wellington is the son. Raymond is the father.
Raymond's the father. Okay, sorry about that.
Get the story straight.
My perception of Wellington, I didn't know him that well, but he was a natural born leader. He was a scout leader. And John wanted to join the Boy Scouts, so we took the oath, and they were planning some kind of a camping trip, and Wellington was working on the food, and John said, "Well, I want to eat steak," and Wellington turned around and glared at John and said, "We eat pork and beans, and you'll like it." So we both kind of backed out, and we snuck out, and that was the one day that we were members of the Boy Scouts. And the fishing, John and I used to fish all over the Bay Area. We started down at the Bay Farm Island on the bridge, and then we would work at the 9th Avenue Pier, fish there, Oak Street, and eventually we used to fish out here all the time. And on one of the fishing trips, John and I walked out here, we biked. Most of the time we walked from the house on 7th Street, which is a long walk. He cast his line and he hooked my ear. And it really hurt. And so he didn't have a knife, he didn't have anything. And so here's this hook sticking out of my ear, and with the 6-foot rod, he'd be pulling on it, and it pulled on my ear. So we walked home, him holding the rod close to me and the hook in my ear, and me jerking on it. And when we got to his house, his brother Jeff finally got the hook. What he did was he pulled it through. He couldn't get through the barb, so he pulled it through, and he cut the hook shank and pulled the hook out. And for years, when I looked in the mirror, I would see the scar on my ear. And finally, I forgot about it. And all these years went by. So about a month ago, I thought about John. I looked in the mirror, I looked at my ear, and that scar is still there. Part of John will always be with me.
Yeah.